things. You should be proud of all the potions you...
Ricardo.
Adelaide Oaks, isn't it? I received your owl.
Yes, I'm Adelaide Oaks. Oh dear. You see, my Uncle Roland is a metal trader who's quite well known in the goblin community. He normally sends me owls every week when he's on his business travels. In his last owl, he alluded to dealings with those radical goblins, Ranrock's loyalists. It's been ages since that owl and I'm worried. What with the troll attack on Hogsmeade and the rumours that goblins may have been involved, well, I'm fearing the worst. Should I be worried about my uncle, or am I overthinking this?
I think you're right to be concerned, Adelaide. Your uncle may be in trouble.
You're much more understanding than Professor Weasley. She heard I was going to look for him and forbade me from leaving the grounds. She's convinced he can handle himself, but I can't concentrate on anything until I know he's all right. Could you try to find out for me? From what I hear, you're almost as adventurous as Uncle Roland.
Has your uncle traded with many goblins?
Yes, for ages. Even speaks gobbledygook. But he only recently mentioned Ranrock's lot, insisting the galleons were worth the risk. He does it for me. Between robes and supplies, attending Hogwarts costs a fair sickle. And besides that, Uncle Roland has expensive taste. He's sacrificed so much for me over the years. I promised him that as soon as I finish Hogwarts, I shall be the one taking care of him.
I'll try and look into it for you, Adelaide.
Thank you. He's very thorough in his record keeping, notes all his trades in a journal, makes maps. In fact, in his last owl, he drew me a map of his next stop. He'd planned to set up camp north of here. I do hope you're able to find out where he is. Thank you again for any help you can provide. Oh, Uncle Roland, what have you got yourself into?
Revelio.
Thinking in terms of good and evil merely indicates a limited imagination, in my opinion.
Could this be Mr. Oakes' campsite? Revelio. Revelio. Arresto momentum. I'll look after you. Revelio. Arresto momentum. Revelio. Revelio.
Go and patrol.
Lumos. Reparo. Ranrock's loyalists, just ahead. Should I take them by force or be discreet? Revelio. Revelio.
Well, this might be the best meal I've had in years. No, I mean it. I don't think I should leave to eat.
Sometimes it seems all roads lead to Hogsmeade.
Ah, it's always nice to see a familiar face. Let me know if there's anything else I can... Let's look at what we have, shall we? Nothing like finding just the right thing, is there? Nothing like finding just the right thing, is there? Let me know if there's anything else I can do to help.
Hogsmeade, here I come.
Revelio.
Revelio. Revelio.
You haven't had mushroom stew like used to make. Less those mushrooms were.
Revelio. Not sure how I'd fare in a little place like this.
What are you up to now?
Revelio.
Haven't a clue why there's such a fuss over poaching. There's enough beast flesh for everyone.
Revelio. Let's see what's up your sleeve this time, Merlin. Confringo! Confringo! Not so tricky after all, Merlin. Revelio. Does it get any more cozy than Hogsmeade?
Come on in. Oh, not so fast. You need to tread carefully in here. Venomous tentacula. Doors always open. You be sure to stop by soon.
Dick thinks you should be proud of all the potions you've brewed. You should be proud of all the potions you've brewed. potions you've brewed.
Sometimes it seems all roads lead to Hogsmeade. Revelio!
Glad you came.
Hello, Serona. I received your owl. How are you?
Hello, my friend. Did you ever find Lodgok?
I did, thank you. We had a good conversation. He sends you his best.
Glad to hear it. I shan't ask for details of your little chat, and I'll refrain from telling you to be careful yet again. But I hope you will be, whatever your plans.
Of course. Your owl mentioned you're needing my help with something?
I do. I thought you might be just the person to do a favour for my friend Dorothy Sprottle in Upper Hogsfield.
I don't believe I've met Mrs. Sprottle.
She's lovely. Her late husband Aidan was a friend of my father's. In fact, I'd stay with Dot and Aidan the summers I waited tables here as a student. I've seen her a few times since Aidan passed, but the pub's been so busy lately, I've not been as attentive as I'd have liked. I wonder if you might pop in and see her. She may need some help collecting ingredients for her supply of Wiggenweld potion. And you could retrieve something of mine in the process. A box, full of old letters and such.
Why does Mrs. Sprottle keep a supply of Wiggenweld potion on hand?
Dot's a skilled potioneer. She's been supplying travelling vendors with Wiggenweld potion. An ordinary precaution that has, unfortunately, become a necessity, what with Ranrock's loyalists disrupting the trade routes.
Why did Mr. and Mrs. Sprottle have your box of letters after all this time?
It's one of a few that I had when I was young. Dot found it when she was clearing out a closet. Can't imagine what's in there. Probably terribly theatrical. The ramblings of a teenage witch and her friends. You're welcome to take a peek inside, if you do find it. To be honest, I'd imagine it contains some lovely memories.
I'll try to go and see her when I can.
It would mean the world to me, and to Dorothy. Aidan was bringing the box of letters to me when he was taken ill. Dot can tell you where he might have dropped it. You'll find the hamlet just north of Hogsmeade. Please do give Dot my love.
Upper Hogsfield. Now where to find Mrs. Sprottle? Wonder who lives here.
Shane Bardolph thought dark magic was the answer. I reckon Rookwood's played a hand in his disappearance.
Hello, Mrs. Sprottle. Actually, Sirona Ryan asked if I'd come and see you.
Oh, dear Sirona, a gem. Has been for as long as I've known her.
She thought you might need help collecting ingredients for your Wiggenweld potion.
And she's correct. My darling Aidan used to collect Horklumps for me. Since he died, my supply has dwindled.
I'm sorry for your loss, Mrs. Sprottle.
Oh, thank you. Love of my life. A bit lost without him. If you wouldn't mind gathering some Horklumps for me, I'd be happy to compensate you for your time.
Believe it or not, I have some with me.
Oh, thank you. How wonderful. The travelling vendors will be thrilled to replenish their stock of Wiggenweld potion.
Sirona also mentioned that Mr. Sprottle was bringing her a box of letters when he fell ill.
Indeed he was. I'd almost forgotten. I stumbled upon it just before Aidan died. He was hoping to go through it with Sirona over a butterbeer or two. Those two were always like two bowtruckles in a branch. Aidan took ill when he was collecting Horklumps on his way to see her. He made it home, but I fear he dropped the box in the cavern. The cavern is in the hills just southwest of our hamlet. You can gather Horklumps and collect the box of letters there.
Sirona said she lived with you during the summers when she was at Hogwarts. What was she like?
Oh, goodness. Well, she was almost exactly like she is now. Charming, good head on her shoulders, taking care of everyone. I can't tell you the fun we had when she and her friends would visit us during the year, all buzzing about, practicing charms. Talented group. Her friend Mirabelle was a genius in the garden. Learned it all from her muggle parents, if you can believe it.
Do you remember anything about the letters you put in the box?
Oh, of course. A few letters from some of her school friends. Some nice memories. I even included a letter Sirona had written to me when she was staying with us. Thought she might enjoy reading it. I know when I read writing from my youth, I'm always astonished at how much I've changed, and yet remain the same.
Thank you, Mrs. Sprottle.
Thank you. I'll be here if you are able to collect those Horklumps. I and the vendors I help would greatly appreciate it. Hope they know what they're doing. Brooms can be...
Revelio. This must be the cavern Mrs. Sprottle mentioned.
Can't figure out why there's such a fuss over poaching. There's enough dumb beasts for every...
Sprottle, but I still need to visit the cave to find Sirona's box of letters. Perhaps I'll find more Horklumps while I'm there. Better have a look around. See about the Horklumps and the box of letters. Incendio! That's all the Horklumps for now. Mrs. Sprottle should be pleased. Confringo! Revelio! Lumos. Revelio. Arresto momentum. Confringo. Revelio. Confringo. Revelio. Either I'll have to fight that troll, or avoid it altogether. Levioso! Arresto momentum. Accio! Expelliarmus! Levioso, Accio, Expelliarmus. Arresto momentum. Accio, Expelliarmus. Incendio. Confringo, Depulso. Expelliarmus. Incendio. Levioso. Accio. Arresto momentum. Expelliarmus. Levioso. Accio. Confringo. Depulso. Incendio. Confringo. Incendio, Depulso, Confringo, Expelliarmus. Levioso, Arresto Dago. Arresto momentum. Accio. Incendio, Confringo, Depulso, Expelliarmus. Confringo, Depulso, Expelliarmus, Incendio. Expelliarmus! Incendio! Expelliarmus! Accio! Levioso! Arresto Momentum! Confringo! Depulso! Expelliarmus! Incendio! Confringo! Incendio! Expelliarmus! Confringo! Depulso! Expelliarmus! Incendio! Arresto Momentum! Accio! Expelliarmus! Levioso! Confringo! Should think they felt that in London. Revelio. Revelio. This must be Sorona's box of letters. Better have a look around, see if I can find that box of letters. Revelio. Confringo. Revelio. Either I'll have to fight that troll, or avoid it altogether. Revelio. I should take this box of letters to Sirona. She'll be glad. I think that's everything. Sirona will be glad to have this back. Confringo. Revelio. That's all the Hawk lumps for now. Mrs. Sprottle should be pleased. Revelio.
Hogwarts is very lucky they've got protectors. This is utter nonsense. I've never heard such rubbish in all my life. I think I get more sense out of Mooncart now. It's been ages since I've found anything poaching their crack crops.
Revelio.
Hogwarts is lucky they've got protection charms. I would say that Irondale is not appropriately named. They come after me, they'll rest in... And where did I set my traps? Was it lower or upper Hogsfield?
Revelio.
Perhaps I shall scout around Fellcroft for something to poach. Yes, but... It can feed a beast, or it can feed you. I prefer the latter. They come after me. I'll stick them like a knocktail.
Incendio. Revelio.
The wrong time, and we see you about to echo your folly. How selling a potion against spiders? Not worth the trouble, if you ask me. Betting on the dragon fights was the best decision I've made yet.
Revelio.
Spiders. Not worth the trouble, if you ask me. Legs are fucking brittle. Irondale's not half as tough as it sounds. Betting on the dragon fights was the best decision I've made yet. Sometimes I do wonder if your eyes are still in your head. I really do. Where did I set my traps? Lower Hogsfield or upper Hogsfield?
Revelio. Revelio.
Can't figure out why there's such a fuss over
It's Totalis.
enough dumb beats for everyone. What was that?
Revelio.
I dream of making a better world.
It's Totalis. Revelio.
Hogwarts is lucky they've got protection charms. Seems like a quiet night. You can feed a beast. Oh. I would say that Irondale is not appropriate.
Revelio. It's Totalis. Revelio.
So it better not be a trick.
Revelio. It's Totalis. Revelio. Aloha Mora. Revelio. Arresto momentum. Do cooperate, won't you?
What have you done?
Revelio. 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 Arrest them. Oh, no, you don't. Arresto momentum. Now, I'm only trying to help. Settle yourself. I mean, you know. Revelio. Revelio. Hogsmeade, here I come. Hello, Sirona. I have good news. I was able to provide your friend Mrs. Sprottle with some hawk lumps for her Wiggenweld potion, and I found your box of letters.
Oh, thank you. I knew you were the one to ask.
I wondered about some of the letters in the box.
Of course. It appears most of the letters were from fellow students.
One of the letters mentions Quidditch practice. Did you play?
I did. Was the Ravenclaw Seeker for 3 years. Oh, Merlin's beard. I adore Quidditch. Nothing like the feeling of catching the golden snitch when your team's down by 140 points. I'll never forgive Professor Black for cancelling it this year. I missed cheering for Ravenclaw. We could have cheered them on together.
I saw a letter from someone named Mirabelle. Is that Professor Garlick?
It is. Still one of my dearest friends. I know she wouldn't mind you having seen that letter. She and I are of a similar mind, especially when it comes to young people. We believe experience to be an invaluable teacher. To borrow a phrase from Mirabelle, it's a joy to see anyone blossom, but particularly one who doubted they ever would.
I saw a letter from someone named Mirabelle. Is that Professor Garlick?
Especially when it comes to young people. We believe experience to be an invaluable teacher. To borrow a phrase from Mirabelle, it's a joy to see anyone blossom, but particularly one who doubted they ever would.
I spotted a letter from you to Mrs. Sprottle. You two seem to have a lot of fun together.
We do. She taught me so much during my summers with her and Aiden. I shall be the first to admit that adolescents aren't always the easiest to understand. And not everyone was as kind to me as the Sprottles. But the depth of their kindness, and that of so many of my friends, got me through... well, got me through some challenging times, to put it mildly.
I'm glad I could be of help. Mrs. Sprottle sends her best.
Don't know what I'd have done without her and Aiden. Thank you, again, for helping her, and for returning this box of letters. It's nice to reflect on good memories.
He'll see it was a mistake parting ways with...
Sir, is everything all right?
How kind of you to ask. The name's Ackley Barnes. And no, it is not. I'm plotting a sort of revenge against my ex-business partner, a conniving fiend by the name of Alfred Lawley. He cut me out of our herbology supply business just as we were getting started. Said I was too volatile to work with. I'll show him volatile.
That must have been frustrating for you.
Yes, it was. Terribly. I'm simply passionate about my work. Supercilious fool. He's passionate about things too, as I intend to remind him by relieving him of his prized possession. A venomous tentacula he's grown from a seedling that was to be the keystone of our business venture. I can't get anywhere near it with Ruth Singer watching me like an augury. Lawley's doing, no doubt. But no one would suspect a student. How would you feel about committing some grand plant larceny?
What else is in Mr. Lawley's cellar?
All of Lawley's herbology supplies. He has quite the collection. Fill your pockets while you're there. Or to slow him down for a bit. And I can get my business going minus any competition.
I'm not sure this is something a student should be doing on your behalf.
Oh, it's nothing. And he deserves it. Trust me. He'll be in and out of there in no time.
Very well. I'll see what I can do.
Excellent. I shall be right here. All I ask is that you bring me the venomous tentacula. Remember, I just need that venomous tentacula.
Mr. Barnes will only get in trouble going down this path. I need to find... Hello, Mr. Barnes. I have that venomous tentacula.
Wish I could see Lawley's face when he realizes his prized possession is gone. We'll see who's volatile now. Well done. I'll take it off your hands now.
Of course. Glad to hand it over, frankly.
I shall make an ocean of galleons, and Lawley's business will be sunk. Here's a little something for your next trip to Zonko's. Oh, to see the look on Lawley's face the next time he wanders down to his cellar.
Deke hasn't seen this many plants here before. You should be proud of all the potions you've brewed.
Nothing to identify, for now at least.